Hi everyone. So today I decided to make a tree in a 4-inch hoop. We're going to take it back a notch. This is 22 gauge wire I cut at 17 inches long, I believe. And I cut 12 wires. I went ahead and slip knotted those on. This is the wire that I would be using today. I also have some 28 gauge wire, just a couple of, a bunch, I got like 3 long pieces. I have an assortment of embellishments for the bottom of the tree. Don't know which ones I'm going to use yet, but they're ready. I have some little silver birds. They're cute. I have a few white beads for eggs. I've got my chain, my jump rings, and we're ready to go. So I think before we twist out the tree, I think that we'll start with the nest. The nest is really easy to make. It's not going to be too big, and you don't have to be particularly fussy with it because you're going to crumple it all up. So I like to take my wire and crumple it all up just to make it a nest. So we're just going to make a little ball, form it into like a little, you'll just shape it out. Fold it over a couple of times. You're going to make a little rim. If it gets too pointy, you can use a plier. Sometimes I do, getting towards the end, just so I don't get poked. You see, it's already starting to look like a nest. It's not a lot of work. It's just easy to have it done, so when you're ready to place it, you're already there. So I think it's time to use my pliers. We use these ones. Just take it and bend it in. Not that one. I'm not there yet. Close. So, you can shape it around a finger if you want. Doesn't have to be perfect because you want to be able to see inside of the nest. So it doesn't have to be tall. I'd like it to be sturdy. So just work with it a little bit more. This is where I like to grab my pliers and just bend it in like that. Fairly easy. And then when we find the spot that we want to put it, if we have to mess around with it a little bit more, we'll mess around with it. So right now, I think we'll call this the almost nest, because we will have to shape it to fit in our space. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a little piece of wire. This is also 28 gauge. I have them pre-cut, and I'm just going to grab it out of this little bag. There we go. Now I'm going to use this to put the little bird in the nest. I cut these a long time ago so that they would be ready and I didn't have to pull everything off. So the way I like to do it is, this is definitely too long, but that's okay. We'll probably end up using a little bit of maybe 22 gauge, or we'll just double this up. Right now, I'm just going to go through the bottom of the nest, bring these two up. They don't have to be side by side. It's just kind of like sewing them in, your little bird. Okay, let's give it a little twist because it's not going through. That should do it. A little space and poke it up. It really shouldn't be giving me grief, but it is. I don't know why. Here we go. It's because it's so thin, it's hard to actually see it. Okay, so now just bring it up a little bit. That should do it. Actually, I think I'm gonna, oops, I don't like the way that is. I'm gonna just separate it and just pull one in. That's why I'm doing this now, just in case it gives me grief. I don't have to be too fussy with it, but I want it to look good. All right, so I have a nice space right there. And I'm gonna slide this in the middle of my wire. I'm gonna fold that in half and give it a twist or two. It doesn't have to be perfect, it's a nest. It'll just be cute. Okay, now I'm gonna take, let me trim these to the same size. They're way too long. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little white bead. This is a frosted white sea bead. And I'm just gonna slide that down into the nest. And then bring it down through the nest, like that. Give it a little tug. There we have one egg. But I think this nest needs two. So we're gonna go back, try to go back up through the nest. All right, we're gonna go over the nest. We're gonna get another little white egg bead. I should be using 24 gauge for this part and the 28 just for the nest, but that's okay. We make do with what we have. And we're gonna bring that little egg right into the nest. Now, let's see if we can bring these two back up. Here we go. And try and get that little kink out because it'll get snagged anyway, but that's okay. Pull it through. The little egg has to go in the nest, not under it. There we go. Now we have two little eggs in the nest. So now, what we're gonna do, we need a mama. So we're gonna take this little bird, I'm gonna take these two wires, I'm gonna go through the bottom, like that, and slide her down into her nest with her babies. She's a good mama. Like that. Now we're going to take these and we're going to go down through the nest. Give it a tug and then sit her up like that. Oh, she's so sweet. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I do like these little birds. I got them on Amazon, so you can just do a search for bird charms. And that's what I did, and this is what I have. Can you see how sweet that is? Just a little mama bird. Okay, I'm going to give it a little twist, and we're going to leave this wire on because we'll probably use this with 22 gauge to support her little nest. Okay, so we'll put that aside for now. Happy with the way that looks. It wasn't anything crazy. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to twist out this tree. So I have 12 wires. I slip knotted them, but I gave a little push like that because they were really spread out. So now we'll separate them into 6 and 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Double count because I sometimes make a mistake. And you're gonna gather them together like this, cross them over, and when you get them to where you want them, you're gonna twist out your tree trunk. I think that looks okay. Hang on to it nice and tight. Now this is the 22 gauge, so it's going to be a little bit tighter than the 24 gauge wire. Just come back and check to see that you get your trunk as long as you'd like it. You're going to figure out how much space you need for your branches. I think that's okay. Could go again. We'll see. Maybe a little half of one. Maybe not. No, I don't think so. I think that's proportionate enough for me. So now what we're going to do is going to take 4 from one side and 4 from the other side, like that. So you got 4 and 4. That leaves us 8 on for the remainder, and then we'll do the same. But I like to put a little twist in. It helps me to keep them separated just to start. Nothing's crazy, just a little twist. And then I like to just use this little tool here and gently, it just firms it up if it gets a little loose right there. I like it to be kind of tight, but not too much because I might put a bend in it. I don't know yet. So next, I'm going to separate 4 and 4. There's 4 and 4. Now what you're going to do is you're going to support that right there, nice and tight, and you're going to put in a few twists. Like that. And we're going to do the same on this side. You got to make sure that you get the ones that want to go in the right place. There's 2. It seems like I need these 2. No, this one can stay and this one can go. No, you see it, it's like a crossed wire. I don't like it because it won't look good when you twist it. So just take that minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that works. And now support this really, really nice. I like to use my thumb and just throw a few twists in there. We'll come back and do some more later. there we have the beginning of our tree. So far so good. I'm happy with that. Now let's see how much do we want to add. I'm going to do another one on this side so I don't forget. I think that's good. And I'm going to leave the middle. Oops, I'm getting stuck on my wall. I built a little wall with foam so that I don't go past it, because then I'll be out of focus. And I just knocked it over. It's okay. Now I'm going to take these 4, break them down into 2 and 2, and we're going to throw in some twists for this limb, like that. I'm going to do the same thing to all of them. Go around and give 2 and 2, twist. Come back over here, find 2 and 2, and twist. Now we're going to carry on. We're almost there for the twosies. Yes, I did just say twosies. And we're going to twist. Okay, one more. And throw in a few twists. Again, last one. There we go, just like that. Nice and tight. This is going to be sturdy. The 22 gauge wire can be a little bit tricky to work in a small hoop, but it really is nice. I actually stopped buying the 24 for a while. My preference is that for a bracelet hoop, but anyway. Now, we're almost ready. We can do this section by section. We're going to throw in some little twists for the branch. I am not doing it section by section. I'm going to twist it all out so I don't forget, because I will forget. And once I'm done with this, we're going to reach into the canister of beads. Big mix of everything from over the years. The misfit beads, the ones that weren't the right shape, the ones that I didn't have enough to do another project with. Saved them all, little baggies. Now I've got 3 big canisters. And yeah, I got lots of seed beads, crystals, you name it, it's in there, little pieces of wire. You find it all. Okay. This one wanted to twist without me. I hope you like this from start to finish. I haven't done one like these in a long time. We're not going to get fancy today. Taking it right back to basics. I think the most difficult part was the nest. And you can use a nest or not. It really doesn't matter. It's up to you. I just thought I'd throw it in there. If I find the right spot for it, we'll see. Actually, this wire, I don't know what I said. I cut it exactly 16.5 inches long. hope you can't hear my stomach. It's starting to feel better though. So I'm not coughing as much. My stomach isn't as upset as it's been, which is a good thing. I'm too old for this. But I'm going to put this down really quick. That is the tree that we're going to work with. I actually like it. I'm excited to do a back to basic simple tree. I need to put the fan on, guys. It's really, really warm in here. Still in my pajama bottoms and a shirt. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to put my beads in this. They get so dirty. My goodness, I just put that down. I don't know what that dirt came from. Okay, so I have my little cup, and I reach into this bag of beads. Canister. I can't bring it over because it's too heavy, but I think I showed it on my last video. And I'm just going to take out a whole bunch. Let's see what we end up with. It's a nice little mix in here. Oh, we don't need that many. But I like to have a lot of beads when I work. I don't know why, guys. I just like to, whatever falls on my wire today, that's what we're going to go with. These are pretty enough, and I'm not going to make all that noise. I'm going to try not to do that. I am going to try and sit down, though, and not spill my coffee. So my hope is that I can get through this entire video. I may stand up and peek over the top, but I have got to be more on the ball. I would like to stay more where my hands are supposed to be and focused right there. Anything up to there, you can't see me. So with that thought, let's get busy. So on this first wire, I'm going to pick up 3 crystals. I know I've got them in here. I've got everything in here. We'll try and keep it pretty. Okay. First little leaf. This is not going to have a lot of little leaves, and I made them too long. I mean, I can add a few. I think I mostly like to just string today instead of putting little clusters and twisting. And I'd like to just work, keep it really easy. So now I made it longer because I've got the extra wire. Take the longest wire and throw in a few little twists like that. Now I have to move this because otherwise everything is going to go flying. I have all my tools right here, and now let's see what falls on the wire today. I still do like to alternate a pretty bead or seed bead crystal, alternate a bead and a crystal. It just makes it look pretty. No rules. Okay. Well, that worked out. Okay. I'm gonna bring the wire. It still makes noise because of this plastic. I'm gonna bring this wire up, cross it over, Because it's 22 gauge, I'm not going to go around this hoop 2 times. I'm just going to do one because I'm doing this nice and tight. And now we're ready for the next one. Now we'll start with a bead and a crystal, a bead, and a crystal. Let's see. Seems like that is the fit. We can make that work. It's still not too long, long enough for me to work with, but the scratchy sound is making me not happy. Let me see if I can put this there and cover it. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm a work in progress. I just don't like the noise. Okay, so we're going to wrap it, bring it up, and bring it over. I think we're going to go around that twice. I think we did on the first one. The rest of the wires won't be this short unless I put in a little leaf, which I may in between the sections. I don't know yet. Now we'll go on to the next two. And we're going to put a crystal and a bead. Come on. You can do it. A crystal and a bead. Now we'll go back and do it in the alternate. A bead, a crystal, with all these beads I still reach in and find the one I want. If one just doesn't seem to fit the space, I'll find one that does. Okay, so now this one is going to need a little bit more, which is fine. We need a crystal. Ooh, that's a big one. We'll put that there. Maybe not. Here we go. Does it fit? And it fits. So we're going to wrap that, bring it up, bring it down, like that. Cross over that wire, and bring it up, and bring it over. And that should, actually, I'm going to do that twice on these, because I'm only wrapping it around one time. So, like, excuse me guys. Now this one, oh, this one needs something too. That's okay. We'll just spring along. I think we'll do a seed bead and a regular bead. That looks like it might work. If it's not, we'll just, oh, it worked. We'll just slide it off. I don't pay too much attention. Not fussy on this one. Doesn't have to be difficult to be beautiful. So today, we just string, no twisting. And something tells me it'll be just as pretty. Every now and then I have to remind myself that the whole reason behind me starting this channel was to keep it easy and beginner friendly. But sometimes I like to challenge myself, so that's what I do. Okay, so we're ready for the next one. And we have to put, I think we'll put a little crystal there, right? We've got the wire. Why not? Let's find 3 little crystals. They don't have to all be clear. I just fancy the clear ones. If I had a bunch of greens, well, I probably have green seed beads I could throw in there. We could do little green leaves, but I'm not going to sweat it. It doesn't matter. It's going to be pretty. This one here I don't want as long as this one. So when I cross this wire over, I'm going to push it up a little bit so it's not as long. Now you've got your little group of 3. Just going to peek. You can see me. Like that. So after you make a little leaf, you're going to have a long wire. See, that looks pretty. And a short. We're going to put a few twists, and we're going to start with the long wire because it matters now, because I did not overcut wire. Keep this one simple. Now, the only thing I can say, like I said, I'm not picking out colors or anything like that, but I think something green, not a light color, would look pretty there, or a brown. We'll see if this one works. We'll put a crystal next. Bead. And a crystal. Or a seed, doesn't matter. How do we fit? Oh, we fit perfect. I like that. Nice and simple, guys. You can do this with all seed beads. I've done a few now. I did do little clusters. I did it with the pinks. Came out really pretty. Okay, next we'll put, I want that red. I'm not being fussy. I'm just pretty much just taking whatever I can, whatever I'll fall on. But let's see. If I see something I want, I'll just scoop it up. That didn't work. Okay, let's see. That'll work. Nah, that might be a little bit too, I mean, it fits. I just think it's too big. I'll find a smaller one. Let's see. I'll try. Oops, that's big too. Try you. Oh, that's not going to work either. Okay. It depends. Sometimes if you see a bead and you think that it's going to not look right, just take it off. Because I end up going back anyway. That one's a little bit big, but that's okay. I'm going to push that down. Now we're working below the hoop and above the bead. Bring it up. Like that. Give it a little tug. Push it back down if you want. I will. Usually I wrap twice over the hoop. Not today. Instead, I'll wrap twice right below the... Yeah. Look at that. How pretty. Wait till we shape it. That's when you'll see it'll be really pretty. Back to basics. That's about where I'm at today. Just having fun, enjoying my weekend. This is when I get to be productive. Everybody's doing their own thing. I'm trying to find one that's not too big and not too small. There's tough choices. Oh my. Here we go. And we could use a crystal. I'm gonna put, that's too big. Let's see if we have something a little smaller. We do, right there. Now, I hold my finger right there, bring my wire up. My finger's still supporting that wire. Push this down. We're gonna go across and bring it back up and go over. Next, I'm gonna use a bead and a crystal. We're just gonna keep alternating. We don't have to. You can just throw all beads or all crystals, whatever you want. This is what I want to do today. I want lots of little pops of color. And I've got that in these beads, that's for sure. Okay. I think I want to try this one. There we go. So bring it down above the bead, beneath your hoop. Bring it back up and do it again. If you're new here, I am glad you're here, and I will tell you what I do and why I do it. I don't like wires on my hoop. I don't like to get scratched. So, this is what I do. And I'm going to do this after every section. I come back and I clip my wires. With the flat end, I go pretty close and just go down the line, and I'm going to bring this from my wires. Stay pretty close. Just clip them all off. It's not hard, it just gets, it's tedious, but it's crazy worth it. This is how I relax with you. So I've made a few things today that weren't trees. That was fun. Let me just grab us up a coffee. Sorry guys, my throat is sore, so that really helps me a lot. Now, I use needle nose pliers, and I have 2 pairs of tweezers that should be right here, and they are, where are they? Sorry, I just had them. Yeah, there's one. Did I put my beads on top of it? Is it hiding under here? Nope. Sorry guys. Well, that just stinks. Here we go. I knew I had them. So I like to start with the flat ones, and I go down the line, and what I do, see if I'm gonna stand up so I can try and show you. Just push that little wire down. Hold on to your work if you can, because you don't want it to pull. Okay, push it down all the way across. You can see that little wire, I'm just pushing down on it. Sometimes I can get away with using only these, and sometimes not, because what I'm going to do afterwards is twist it around so there's no wire to get caught, and it'll be nice and tight that I can make all the little adjustments on my branches. So now I use my pointy tweezers. You can do it with the plier. I just have started doing it this way, and now it's just the way I do it. I'm sorry my hand is there, but you see what I'm doing. I'm just getting that wire to go down so that it doesn't catch, and that is not helping. So I'm going to try it with this one. There we go. Push it down a little bit more. If I can get the tweezer in between, it'll work. If I can't, I gotta go with the thinner ones, pointy, which is workable. It's just harder to, I have to go a little bit further down and onto here to bend the wire down, because they're so pointy. I just slide over the wire. See, just gonna grab onto that little wire and try and push it down. That. Push that little wire down. There we go. From underneath. Sometimes I can do it that way, sometimes not. See that? And then just make sure it's flattened out. Like that. And again. So now that we've finished our first section, let's take a look. Back to basics, nice and simple, but it's pretty. I like it. So the reason I do my wires like that, I only want to see that on the hoop. I don't want to see wraps. I used to do it that way, but I find because I'm rough with shaping out my tree, it would loosen up. And I like my tree very tight. So you have to support your work always, especially when you do this, because you don't want to break your branches. So I'm going to support it right there. I'm going to go in with my needle nose plier and give it a little bend. I'm going to do that everywhere. I'll probably come back later and do some more. Now, a little leaf. Hold on to your leaf and give it just a slight little bend. It'll fit nice into that space for you, like that. And come in, we're going to twist this one. Just give it a little bend. And this one. And the big one over there. And we're not going to forget you. Hold on to that leaf because it will break. And we're going to give that a twist. And now we'll do this limb closer. And a big one right there. That's the one I like right there. So now the branches have a little bit of character. And now it looks something like this. If you can see how pretty and easy. It's not hard at all. No counting, no little twists in between everything. All right, but you know what time it is. excuse me, not time for that. It's time for a leaf. We're a new section and we got the space for it. So I put it there. You don't have to. If you don't have crystals, you can use a bead and just cross it over and let a little bead hang. A little green leaf, a little whatever color you want. It just makes it look pretty. Oops, you're too big. There we go. I'm gonna peek again, see if I'm in the right place. I keep forgetting I don't have to stay right there. I can be right here. Okay, so now we're at 3 little crystals. We're gonna slide them down. Sometimes I do it this way and bring it up, but sometimes I find if I do it, just bring it up this way, it's easier sometimes to adjust the length. So sorry guys. I apologize. I'm getting better. I'm gonna undo that because it didn't look good there. They moved and they didn't look like a leaf. Now it is what it is. I like to have it more over onto the round part, but nobody else will notice except for me and you, because I told you. Now we're going to twist with the long one and support that little work that you just did. And now we're going to throw in some beads. I think I'll twist one more time right there. These are the only places that I'm putting the leaf, in between each section. I'm going to bead on this long wire only because the little leaf made this one really short. So I'll start with the beading on here, and I think we'll start with a crystal. That's a big one. And a bead. This is why I have tons of beads, because I have to, if I can't pick it up right away, then I have to go search. I'll dump them out and grab another handful. I like this color. It's like a smoky, like a rose. I like it a lot. And we need a bead. Let's see if I find something small. Oh, that one might break. We'll try you. And a crystal. Or maybe a green one. Okay. Let's see how many fit. They all fit. So we're going to wrap that around. Bring it up. Cross it over. Support that work. Give it a tug. Bring it up. Like that. And just cross it over one more time so that it doesn't come undone. It also gives you a bigger space to get your tweezers in there. That's what I find. Now we have a shorter wire. That's okay. It'll work. And we're going to start with a smaller bead. Because we used a big crystal right there, we'll use a smaller bead. Just to make sure we fit. Okay, bead. Crystal. Bead. Crystal. And maybe another bead. I don't know. I don't want that. That's clear. I want something with color. And not that one. This one might be too big. We'll see. Might not look right. Oh no, it's good. Actually, we need another crystal. So I want something with color because that right there is too clear. Let's see. I said, I don't usually go searching for a color. I just want it to have some contrast. Oops. Here's a seed bead, and it's orange, so that'll break it up. See what I mean? So now, bring your wire up. You're going to cross it over, pull it like this, bring it up, and cross it over again. Here we go. Now, we're almost halfway there. See? It's so easy. Doesn't always have to be lots of little twists. It is one of my favorites, but that's okay. Now we're going to start with a crystal. And a bead. A crystal. Let's see how many we need on this wire. Okay. Did it make it? Nope, I need Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I feel so ignorant, but I shouldn't be talking. I have to keep my hands busy. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. Bring it down. Right above that bead. Hold on to that so it doesn't bend on you. Bring it up. And give it a tug. Cross it over again. Bring it up. And you're done. Now, I'm going to start with a smaller bead so we can get it to slide down in there. And a crystal. And a bird. Yeah, we're going to put a little bird. I don't know if I want him in the middle or if I want him on the top. I think I'm going to put him on the top because I don't want a bead on his head. Yeah, I think that'll look pretty. I almost forgot about my bird. That's too big. Okay, now we can use a bead. No, a crystal. A small bead. And a bird. I really like these birds. They had all kinds. I've got owls. They have some with enamel on them. I really like these ones. I just think they're not like too much, but they're just enough. So we have a bird. Now we're going to bring that wire up, go behind this little bird, bring it down. You have to put the bird, if you're going to do it, like kind of on the upper branches, because if not, he'll be sideways. Okay, one more time. Like that. Little bird. There you go. I think the next branch might help. Well, I'll also be pushing them together. So the next, whatever I put on the next branch should support that little guy. Excuse me, so sorry. Okay, now we're going to use a crystal. Move these around. It's like reaching into a magical mix. So I move them around and find something different. Okay, let's see, we need a crystal. I think I'll use a clear one because I don't want to take away from the bird. And bring this up. Push it down. Bring it up. And do it again. Don't catch on to your bird. Bring it up and over. So I think also once I put the bends in, that little bird will be good to go. We'll just bring his little feather, or tail feather out, and we'll put it something like that so that this little bead will support it. Isn't he cute? Okay, we're getting there. We're going to use this one. Yes, I was eyeballing that bead. I like that. Okay. Oh, I know what I meant to tell you. This is how absent-minded I am. Yesterday when my husband got the prescription food for Abby, he didn't get it from the shelter. You know where he got it from? PetSmart. Because he was going to ask them if they knew of a easy transit food for an adult cat. And they do carry that. And there is a veterinarian that is there. And she's the one that gave it to him. It's like, why did I think it was the shelter? I don't know why. He donates a lot of stuff. We do a lot of stuff to the shelter, always. It's like, that's where Finn came from. My son and my daughter-in-law to be adopted him from a shelter. And Miss Abby, I found on Craigslist, and it was pouring rain, and the lady said, must go today. So I called her, because she'd throw them out. And she was not a nice person. But anyway, we went and got her. And it was sad, because there was two of them, but I couldn't take both. She lived in a really messy, messy, messy house with a baby, that a little toddler that you're supposed to say gentle, be nice. She didn't. This my poor cat was just hanging in his arms while he squeezed her. I was thinking, oh my God, he's gonna kill her. But hopefully, I have to believe that the other one found a home. So, that's my cat story. And we're all allergic to Finn, little ginger boy. Yep. all of us, the whole house. That's okay. Don't mind. The only thing I do with both my cats, I do wear a mask when I brush them because they shed so much. I don't need to be breathing all that. Okay, this wire right here is the last one. I'm gonna put a bead, and then I'm going to cut the wires and give it a little shape, and we'll take a look at our work. I don't know why I forget to pick these up. They're big enough. I like this. There you go. I like this crystal. This was gifted to me. And they're round, but they're flat. They're so pretty. I have them in blues and green. And they're just beautiful. And I've not seen those anywhere. So I've looked for them. And we're gonna go one more time. I always hold this when I pull so that it doesn't put tension on my branch. If you notice my little fingers, I have my fingers all over it, like that. Okay, so let's make a little presentation. So far, I like it. Look at that little bird. He's going to show up so cool once I clip all these wires. And I have been sitting down. I just got up real quick to take a peek and show you. Okay, so now we clip. Cough, I'm so sorry. Now, I'm just going to push these out of my way and see if I can't get them not only pushed down, but you have to hold on to it. One, so that it doesn't slide. And I know when I do it that way, you really can't see what I'm doing. But let's see if I can do it like this. Okay, I'm going to stand up and see if I can do it so that you can see. I'm going to push this little wire down. Can you see it right there? This is where I cut. So now it's right there. I think you can see it. And I'm holding everything. You have to. Now if I can get in there with this one, it'd be easier. See, that's another reason why I like to wrap twice, because I can get in there with the tweezer, not have to, you know, make it 2 steps with both tweezers, but sometimes I can't. And give that one's good. Now, let's hold on to that little bird. I do not want to scratch him up. I don't want him to break. I'm going to try to get right in there with this one. You get it? Almost. There it is. And just make sure. Yep. No pokey wire. Oh, I like that bird. Okay. It's funny how happy this makes me to do my trees. I don't know. It just makes me feel good. My day isn't, I'm not sitting in front of a TV. Everybody else is busy. My son and his girlfriend are doing their own thing. My husband's working. And I get to sit in here and work and not be bothered. I don't have to do breakfast. My husband slept in a little bit, so I fed him already. So this is my time. One more. I'm thinking about venturing out tomorrow. It's supposed to be nice. I think I could use, my lungs could use some fresh air. A nice walk on the beach. I'm almost as passionate about the beach as I am my trees. Okay, so now we're going to twist up. Hold on to that and bend it. See, it makes it fit. It's just it's a sweet little thing. It really is. I'm holding on to everything. I will hold it however I have to support the branch. And twist there. Now, I'm going to go right along to this one. Hold on to it and give it a little twist. You can pull up a little bit if you want. But pull down, it makes it nice and tight. And then we don't forget that one. And we never forget this one. I like that one. See how pretty? Just doing that has brought so much more character into this tree. Sorry guys. Oh my god. I like that a lot. Back to basics. It works out well. Now when I lace these branches, this bird won't move. And by lace, for you new people, I like to wrap a wire so that they don't do that. Okay, so now let's start another section, which means, you know what it means. It means we need a little leaf, right? I like little leaves. Okay, there's one. You know, I've had these beads for so long, and I've ordered from so many different places, you can actually see the difference. Like this one here, I don't know, maybe it's pinkish, I don't know, it's not as clear and pretty as those two, but it is fine. Okay, slide that out. Hang on to the 3, bring it to where you twist, and you can make your leaf. There. And that will fill in that space very nicely. Now, because that leaf, we are a very long and a very short, and that's okay, as long as you twist with your long wire That's the first thing to do. The second thing to do is to twist with it. This just caught my eye. Okay, time to sit back down. Oh. We don't need those for a while. So we have a bead. No, we have a crystal. And a bead. Ooh. That's a big one. That's pretty. I have a whole bunch of them because I've been working on projects with greens. But every now and then I find the big crystals in here as well. And it's just everything that got thrown together. And we need another crystal. Here's one. Okay. I'm gonna bring it up like that. And cross it over. Bring it up and cross it over again. Like that. And this is the center of the tree, so I'm gonna position it, which we'll do when we lace it anyway. I will separate them, but I would like my tree in the middle, and that little bird is right on top now. How cute. All right. Let's see, what are we gonna put there? I want something pretty. That's pretty. Okay, that one doesn't want to go. I will not chase it. Okay, what about you? No? Okay, let's see. Well, that's a seed bead, that's okay. I think we got it. Perfect. Bring it up. Cross it over. Hold on to it. Bring it up again. Cross it over. Is that twice? That is twice. And now, go to the next two. Guys, this has been fun. Let's see how long it's taken so far. 1 hour and 13 minutes, which isn't bad because we've made the bird nest. We twisted out the tree. It's a good video. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to take a break, kick back, and do a few back to basic trees. I'd love to hear from you. And I do answer your comments. Okay, none of those wanted to come on my wire, which is fine. We'll find something that does. This one's pretty. Let's see, how do you fit? I think you fit. Yep. Bring that wire up. I almost brought it over again. I'm so used to doing it and always having two little wires. But because I'm wrapping it around the neck twice, I'm not going to do that. I like to do it that way. Right now I'm just keeping it simple, guys. Real simple. It doesn't have to be overly complicated. I know I've been making stuff that is just not as beginner friendly as it should be. That isn't why I wanted to do this. I want you to be able to know that you can do it, and then you can change it up a little bit. I change it up all the time. I feel like you get bored. You get bored. Like, I don't know, like some artists can do everything. This is what I do. I do it good. That's too big. I think that'll work. I just don't have like I don't do decoupage. I don't, I mean, I can do a tree that stands. I've done them. I should do a retake tour of my workspace because I have moved it around. Got rid of the totes and put my stuff in canisters that are clear so I can see what I have. But working on that big tree was yesterday. That was a little tough. In here, I had to pull the desk out from beneath this table that I'm working on right now. It wasn't a big deal, but yeah. That one is an easier project to do outside of the room. I like to do it at the table. What am I looking for? I need a crystal. I need something pretty. Something with color. Okay. Let's see what we come up with. That'll work. That's one thing about having all these mixed beads. Like, I can, if I find that I need a color pop somewhere, I can pick out something. Okay, let's see. Do you fit? No. We need this one. Okay, now you'll fit. Bring it up. Always keep your finger on your work so you don't break your branch. Bring it down. Bring it up. And go back down one more time. And there we have it. Now some of these are longer. I might even use some of those to help to secure my little nest. I'm trying to figure where I want it to go. I think I have an idea. Refit. Refit. Look at that. I think I would have liked a crystal there, but I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. It's pretty. Okay. You know what I didn't do? Let me see. No, it's alright. I thought I needed a little leaf there. I don't think so. It's not set in stone anyway. I ended up working on this one here when I have the next one already beaded. Did I forget to wrap it around? I think I did. Okay. I have to look quick at my phone. That is a notification that my husband has gone somewhere. I don't keep track of him, but I do like to know he's home. Wow. I'm not getting out to let him in. He knows I'm working. Okay. When he pops in, I'll tell him that I'm almost done. Okay. Let's go down. And over. We have 2 more branches, guys. 1 little leaf and 1 bird. And we are doing good. Okay. Let's see. Do we have a crystal? No crystal. I think that one's too big. Let's try this one. Let's see what we have. Oh, look at that. Isn't it nice when they just... Ah, jeez. I'll be right back. Sorry. No, I'm not. Sorry, guys. He's standing out there with bags, and I just gave him an attitude, and I shouldn't have done that. So now I owe an apology. And bring that over. The last one. A little leaf. And okay, now let's cut these off. Oh, I forgot to twist that in. Oh, okay, that's all right, I'll fix it. You see what I did? I did not put a little twist just because I got up, had to go into the door, lost my train of thought. That's not cool. That's actually unfortunate, but we're gonna fix it. We're just gonna have to make it work. Wrap it around a few beads. I don't want to just cut it because I don't want a sharp little wire. I could throw a few beads on that. There, I think I will. I'm not going to get angry. Not angry, but you know, we'll fix it. I was going to wrap it along like I was until I got to the top, but there's no need to do that. It works this way. Okay. And it fits. And you can't tell. See, I taught you another lesson. When you make a mistake, don't sweat it. You can fix it. I'll show you how. I do it all the time. Now, if I knew how to edit, I would have paused it and not been able to show you how to fix a mistake or remove a site. So, welcome to my channel. This is how you learn. This is how I learn. Okay, so the tree part is done. Let's cut these little wires off. Let's twist and let's give this tree a bird. Now I'm getting sloppy. It's okay, I'm gonna clean it all up in 1 second. See how distracted I get. Okay, now I can't work like that. Nope, nope. All that has to go. I'll clean that up afterwards. Right now, I just want to do my little wires. Push them down. And bend them. My clean little workspace is a disaster area right now. That's okay. I got a lot done. I want this to be completed. He can be mad for a bit. I'll get over it. Okay, that's the last one. Now, let's position this tree, shape it up, and fix the bird, and add the nest. And unfortunately, I have the chain ready. I just don't know if I'm going to lace right now, so I might call it and do that next. Only because I want to clean up this little mess first, guys. But I'll be right back to do it. I'm not leaving you hanging. Maybe I'll just do it now. I don't know. See. Oh yeah, that's a pretty tree. Okay, yeah, you can look at that. Well, I just pick up this a little bit. Okay, I'm not going to stop. No, no, no. That wasn't the plan. So now we have to find out where this little nest is going to live. It's either going to go right there or right here. No, it's going to go right there. I can tell. That's where I want it. I think it'll fit good there. We'll see. Because I'll shape the branches right around the nest so that it sits where it's supposed to sit. I'm just using this just to hold it down, and then I'm going to use a piece of 22 gauge wire. I'm just gonna, because this wire is really not that strong, but it's strong enough just to hold on to it for me. Okay, now I need a piece of this, and I'm not gonna go looking for something that's not gonna be big enough because I don't like working with it when it's too short. So I think we'll come up from the back of the nest. Oh, I think I'm hitting the bird. Okay, let's see. We're gonna kind of like sew it on. So you have to figure. I think I may have to anchor it to that part of the branch. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll make it work. Okay, so it does take a minute, but it's worth it. I think it adds just such a sweetness to the tree. And if you don't want to use a bird, you don't have to use a bird. Okay. Now, let's push this down just for a minute and see what we're doing here. Alright, I have to hold it up. I have to stand up. I really can't judge sitting. Okay, I think. I have to anchor this to the branch. So I think I'm gonna anchor it over here with this 22 gauge wire. And I think it'll be less noticeable. I'm gonna try it here first. If I could do it in a few places, that would be ideal. At least 2 places. And I can come back with my pliers and just shape it up a tiny bit. I'm just going to spin this whole thing because I want it real tight right there. Now, I'll go through the nest again, hopefully, further towards the back. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now, let's see. It's a little bit of a task, but you know what? It's workable, you know? I mean, if you want it to look good, just give yourself 10 minutes, you know, maybe 15, who knows, whatever it takes. I like it. So I'm gonna make sure I get this little guy to be safe in his nest. Okay, now I'm gonna attach it to the next branch. Just secure it right there so that it doesn't fall, doesn't spin. Okay. Am I front and back of that? I am. So now I'm just gonna hold on to it nice and tightly right there and just twist it. It can be a little bit messy looking because it's a nest. I just want my bird to be seen, that's all. Sorry guys, I'm a little bit distracted now. Don't take much. Especially when the weekend is my day to do my stuff. I don't like to be interrupted. No need to be. Okay. Now we can just tighten this up real good. I think we're secure. I think we are. And I'm going to cut that off. And now I'm going to use these to just make it safe. No pokey wire. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to curl that right in so that I don't get poked or anybody else. And no birds get fallen tree, fallen nest. I have a bird nest right outside my door, guys. We have I don't want to say hurricane type lamps on the left and right, but they're on a timer, so they stay on all night long and keep the area lit up. And there's 2 birds. The mama built her nest right on top of the light, which is nice because it's nice and warm and it can't be harmed. The only thing is, every time one of us come in or out, the mama bird leaves, and then you look up and see wide open beaks. It's just the sweetest little thing. So now let's just take a look. What do you think? Are you feeling that? I think it's really sweet. We got this little bird up here. Okay. I think we're gonna lace. I was gonna go out into the other room, but I'm not done. This is my time. And I'm gonna complete what I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna go loosely around that hoop. Don't have to be too much because we don't have big spaces. I'll cut it about here. I don't measure, I just do it. And then I'll work some more on the shaping as I go. And I'm not going to bend this tree. The trunk. Alright, so to lace, we're going to bring this wire up. Hold on to it. I'm going to wrap it around the hoop one time. Bring it up. Now, hold on to it, get that one out of your way. I'm going to bring it down. This is what we've been doing the whole time. And we have 2 cuts, the first at the beginning and the end. I'm going to grab onto this wire. Oops. And then, sticking in me, we're going to cross it over like that and cut it. The lace will go by fast, I hope. Now, let's see where my other tweezers are. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to push this wire down and wrap it around. Now what we're going to do is backtrack, go underneath your hoop, like that. Bring it up, cross over the neck of this wire. You need to support your work though, guys. You don't want to break it. And you're going to shape your branches as you go. I want them open and airy, but I don't want it too open. I don't want to have that umbrella look straight across. I've done that. I try not to. It happens when I lace too close together or too tightly. I do lace tight. I pull it tight on the hoop. It also helps to keep your branches in place, and it tightens them up. I'm only wrapping around the hoop one time today because they're a lot closer together than the others that I've done. So let's do that. Bring it up. Cross that right over. What's our time now? 1 hour and 42 minutes. Well, you don't have to watch it from start to finish now. Come back and watch it later. I'm just not going to stop until I'm done. Not this time. That was my goal. It was understood. I made sure everyone knew. And that's it. Okay. Now just bringing it up and over, adjusting a little, just shaping them, moving them where we want them to be. Give it a tug. And now go to the next one. That's pretty easy, as long as you can see what I'm doing. Oops, don't get the little bird. My goodness. So I have to make sure I get behind his head so that, there, that's good. Now, this branch I'm going to bring closer to his tail to help keep that in sight. Yeah, now he's in sight. I like it. I might go back later and work a little bit more on the nest, just curling the edges. But you can see that mama. And she's a good bird. What am I doing? I crossed over. Okay. I'll just bring that over a little bit. Not too much. And pull up on that. We're almost done, guys. Bring it up. Cross it over again. Now that we've come to the end, we crossed over. You're going to bring it up like that. And give it a tug. We're crossing right over that last wire. Same as we always do, except for this one here is a little bit tricky. And bring it down. I'm just going to cut it on the other side. Right there. And now I'm just going to wrap it out. And it's not pokey. Oh, that is a cute little tree. Oh gosh. How sweet is that, guys? I don't know if you can see the little bird. I'll do a video of it. So now we got the tree laced. Next is the chain. I have everything I need, so why would I stop? Just because of a little distraction. No, not today. Okay, so we have 2 pieces of chain. Now, it would be awesome if I got this done right the first time. I believe these are exactly the same length. Yeah, so I cut the chain. This is a paperclip chain. I have to put a little jump ring in the middle so that it will hang properly on a suction cup. Yeah. So I'm going to close this the right way. And close it. And that's why you're supposed to do it the right way, because it works. Now, let's see. I don't always do things in the right order. That's okay. It's just me. I'm trying to think. Let's see. I always struggle with this to make sure I get it in the middle, because sometimes I fight with jump rings, but that's okay. Put one there, maybe. I have extras out just in case. I know I do. I just don't see them. Okay, let's try. Let's do this one here first. We'll go right in between that orange. Put that on. It'd be nice if it went on nice the first try. It does fit. Sometimes I can't do it, but I got it. Okay. Now, I'm going to use both. Make this a nice tutorial. Except for the few times I had to get up, I apologize. It was not supposed to happen, but it did. Is that too high up? I don't think so. Let's just see where. It's hard for me to eyeball where I want this chain. Yeah, that one, it won't hang right, right? Unless I put it right there. I'm gonna try it. Fingers crossed, guys. I just saw my jump ring. Where'd it go? Here we go. So let's put that right. This one's going to give me grief. Yeah. There's always that one. And it slips right on. I just don't always catch it. Okay, now let's try the chain. If I have to change it, I will change it, but I'll let you go first. We'll put the pendant on the bottom. Yeah, that's all stuck. It's not on right. Sorry about that. There, now I got it. I'm not letting that go. And fingers crossed. Let me hold it up first so I can see. Oh, it worked. It worked really, really pretty. Oh my goodness, how pretty is that? Now for the bottom. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm at a loss. I had a few options. And one was this clear quartz. I thought that would look kind of pretty. I like that a lot, actually. A prism, that is not going to happen. Or a green, that. Oh, I think the green will look pretty. What do you think? Yeah, I think I'm going to do the green one. The only thing is, I've got a jump ring in there. And I will have to open it and try and get this. See, this is one of those real thin ones. I don't want to mess with that because I won't be able to get it through there. So that's okay. I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's see, what do I have here? I have another jump ring. Okay. Let's take one of these regular ones, because that'll go through the hoop. And then we'll try one that's a little bit more delicate, because we have to use 3, because I'm not taking that off. Or I could just use the pendant, but let's try this green one. If it doesn't hang properly, then we'll put the clear crystal quartz on there, which probably would look better anyway, but I don't know. We'll try. We have an option. Now, this one here doesn't have to open too much. I do have a tool to use, but I'm not going to. Let's slip that on. And close. I'm going to close that up right now. Yes. There we go. See, I had to do that because if I don't, it's not going to hang right. It has to go, wait a minute, let me see. Yeah, it has to go through there, and that is facing the wrong way. So now, let's separate 6 and 6. That looks about right. This will probably give me grief. Oh, it didn't. I'm surprised. Okay, we'll put that on. And if it doesn't look right, we're going to swap it out. It went on right. I should have used both pliers, because it has to line up perfect. Let's see. I have to hold it up first so I can look at it. Oh, that is really pretty, guys. How sweet is that? Oh my gosh. That wasn't even really hard to do. That was just bringing it back to basics. So, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's project. I enjoyed my time with you, and until next time, stay well.